We are pleased to welcome our host for the evening, Emmy Award-winning anchor and reporter, Mark Mullins.
Welcome to New York City. I'm Mark Mullins. I'm from WRTV, the ABC affiliate in Indianapolis, and I am proud to work at a media outlet that is a media partner with the Multiplying Good organization. You are sitting at the 51st Annual Jefferson Awards. That's amazing. 51 years of recognizing people who, without wanting recognition, just do good. To me, that is an amazing mission to celebrate. People who just want to make others' lives better. I'm so happy to be part of a team that goes out and tells the stories of these people who just spread goodwill. And I am so honored to be here and with you in this room tonight to celebrate such special people who go above and beyond. We have an incredible evening in store for you tonight. We have amazing stories to share, and we hope that you leave here tonight feeling inspired, and we hope you catch the bug to go back to your own respective communities and spread goodwill yourself. But for now, I'd like you to turn your attention to the screens.
Hi, I'm Benita Fitzgerald-Mosley. I'm the new CEO of Multiplying Good. I am excited to be taking on this new challenge and have an opportunity to pay all the gifts forward that I have received throughout my life. The mission of Multiplying Good is to inspire greatness through service to others. It brings people together across racial lines and socioeconomic lines. It's about starting with everyday heroes and communities, cultivating new ones among young people in high schools and organizations, putting those stories at the forefront.
My hope for the organization was that we could create a Nobel Prize of great stature across the United States and really impact every level of service. That's the essence of America. Grassroots unsung heroes helping everybody else. I think the founding vision of the Jefferson Awards was to help people. When a group of us founded the Jefferson Awards, the country was divided. And our idea was that service could unite people and unite the country and get it back on a positive path. It was a miracle. Everybody rallied around the idea.
The founding vision of the Jefferson Awards has a lot to do with that saying about be the change you want to see in the world. And I see many of the award winners, many of the people that we interact with in our chapters, and the young people for sure who are in our Students in Action groups, that some of whom I've already had the pleasure of meeting, are the change that they want to see in the world. We want to continue to inspire them and cultivate their leadership and connect these wonderful individuals in ways that otherwise wouldn't happen if Multiplying Good weren't here.
Multiplying Good has reached such a capacity. Through our media partners, we reach 100 million people a year. And they're on a path to impact 1 million young people every year and train them in leadership, service, and high values, compassion and empathy. And service gives us an unequal chance to go beyond the division and go across America with service to the country, which was the founding principle, and everybody can agree on that.
Public service, how you give back, how you take your talents and gifts and are able to pay that forward, is something I believe that is going to help our country heal. It's going to help our country move forward and help us continue to be the greatest country. I was most inspired and motivated and excited about coming to Multiplying Good because they've already left such a strong legacy over the last 50 years of celebrating service, of cultivating leaders, and of connecting public servants around the country. But they have a huge vision over the next 5 years to make that even bigger and have an even bigger ripple, if you will, of good throughout the country. We want to engage 1 million young people through our Students in Action program, and we want to become the brand of community service in America.
I love that. Be the change you want to see. Amazing. Put your hands together if you could do a little better about being the change that you want to see where you live. We can all do a little better, and that's what we're here to inspire. Please welcome to the stage here the new CEO of Multiplying Good and Olympic gold medalist, Benita Fitzgerald Mosley.
Wow, wow. Steve just said, he's on my board, he said, this is Benita's coming out party. Thanks for all coming to my coming out party. I really appreciate you all being here. No, seriously, good evening and welcome to the 51st Annual Jefferson Awards. It's a real honor to stand before all of you tonight as we celebrate yet another year of remarkable individuals and the extraordinary acts of service that they do, all of you do, every day. The Jefferson Awards has a rich history. You saw a lot of the slides and the pictures of luminaries and everyday unsung heroes and students doing public service. And, you know, the history dates back to 1972 when we were founded by Jackie Kennedy Onassis, U.S. Senator Robert Taft Jr., and Sam Beard, who you'll get to meet a little bit later tonight. Over the past 5 decades, these awards have become synonymous with recognizing and honoring individuals who embody the spirit of service and selflessness. Tonight, we come together not only to honor these inspiring individuals who are actively shaping our communities, but also to recognize the inherent potential within each and every one of us to serve as a catalyst for positive change. At Multiplying Good, we have set out to embody our core pillars as we celebrate service as a vehicle for social cohesion. We're on a path to cultivate 1 million young people as empathic leaders and change agents. And most importantly, we're connecting local and national leaders to form what we call a mega force for good. We also fondly we call it as the ripple. You see our logo and the nice little ripple around the word good, and we really know that that's true. Each and every one of you is making a difference in your communities, and you're causing a ripple of goodwill and service, love, compassion in your own communities. In today's rapidly changing world, the need for compassionate and innovative problem solvers has never been greater. We stand at the crossroads of uncertainty. We find solace in the resilience and determination of the heroes we are about to honor tonight. As you look around this room, you'll see award recipients and a spectrum of love and hope and dedication, and specifically our grassroots nominees. These unsung heroes work quietly and diligently in the shadows. They make our world a better place, one step, one act of kindness at a time. Their commitment to building a brighter future is both inspiring and humbling to all of us in this room. We also have with us tonight members of our Board of Governors and our Board of Selectors. Would you please all stand so we can give you a round of applause? I'd also like to take a moment to thank our event sponsors. Their names have been running on the screen all evening, but really your generosity, and for many of you have been sponsors year after year in and year out, and donors. We appreciate your unwavering support, and you're instrumental in making this night possible, and we appreciate it. You play a crucial role in amplifying the impact of the Jefferson Awards, and it enables us to shine a brighter light on the incredible acts of service that we're about to honor. Your commitment to our shared mission of fostering a culture of service and empathy is deeply appreciated. As we embark on these evening's festivities, let us remember that the Jefferson Awards are not just an accolade, but it's also a call to action, a reminder that each one of us has the power to affect change. Let's celebrate not only the achievements of our honorees, but also the boundless potential within ourselves to create a more compassionate, inclusive, and just society. So thank you to each of you for joining us tonight. Together we can ignite change, we we can inspire impact, we can continue the legacy of public service that defines our great nation. Thank you. And now I get the distinct honor and pleasure of presenting our first award of the evening. Please welcome to the stage Luke Sharp. Luke is our first recipient of the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Award for Public Service, benefiting local communities. After a friend and fellow surfer was tragically injured in an accident that left him a quadriplegic, Luke Sharp was inspired by his friend's ability to learn a new way of surfing and created the Adaptive Surf Project in Horry County, South Carolina. Since 2013, Luke has organized events which have allowed people with a range of disabilities to surf on specially built surfboards and reconnect with the ocean or experience the thrill of surfing. This includes designing specialty surfboards, installing beach matting, and even training adaptive surf teams. He facilitates nearly 100 similar events a year, including adaptive surfing, adaptive biking, wheelchair basketball, track and field events, and many more social events. Congratulations, Luke.
What a human can do, whether they have a disability or not, can blow your mind. And you just got to give people that opportunity to make something that's impossible possible, right?
Luke Sharp is doing just that through the Adaptive Surf Project in Horry County. Sharp says the inspiration for this mission came from a dear friend and a fellow surfer, Brock Johnson, who had to learn to surf again in a new way after an accident left him a quadriplegic.
He started an event called Wheel to Surf, where you would take individuals with disabilities surfing.
The Wheel to Surf events became a huge draw. The movement took off and has grown larger than Sharp and his fellow surfers could have ever imagined.
When someone shows up at the beach and sees people surfing in the same condition they're in, it's like the world opens up, like, oh, I can do that. Our goal is to put a beach wheelchair on every pier on the East Coast.
Sharp is quick to point out that it takes an army of volunteers to keep their mission afloat, and that's what motivates him most of all.
To me, I mean, they're all special people. I'm just blessed and happy just to be part of this amazing community.
I was not expecting this, obviously, after hearing all the speeches and stuff like that. But I want to say that in 1984, Benita won a gold medal, and she has used it to, the influence of that medal to do good for 39 years, right? And I'm going to use this gold medal to do the same. I'm just really, really thankful and honored that I can't believe this, but I'm just grateful for the hundreds of people that volunteer for Adaptive Surf Project. I'm grateful to my friend Brock and my wife Erin and Becky and Van and Caitlin and Maureen and all the adaptive athletes that come out and participate because they're super brave. I couldn't imagine, if you happen to have a disability. And you're willing to get on a surfboard with me and ride a wave. It's pretty brave. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you. Do you just want me to just talk for like a minute, right? Is that it? Okay, good. I don't know how long I'm supposed to talk, but I am so grateful. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you. Let's just continue to multiply good. And I want to say one more thing. I'm going to make a pledge here. We're going to try to put a beach wheelchair on every pier on the East Coast, all the way from Maine to Key West. Let's do that. Let's do that. Can you guys help me with that? Let's do it.
Well, that's what multiplying good is supposed to do, right? I got to ask you, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Luke? Luke, who's your doppelganger that people say? Oh gosh. What do you think? Oh, that's a good one. Who do you get? Oh, I bet that too. I was going to say Eric Bana. So, yeah. Can you see it? I was like, I'm backstage. Eric Bana's out there. Luke, I hope to see that on every beach on the eastern seaboard. That's a lofty goal, and I love it. That's great to see. Now I'd like everyone to give a warm welcome and a big round of applause to our next presenter. Please welcome the President and Executive Director of Public Television Major Market Group, Susan Scott.
Hi, everyone. Okay. It says good evening here. I just actually want to ask, how many of you here have an elderly parent? Show of hands. Okay, this is going to be important to this next important presentation. First, on behalf of the public television stations that I represent, we're so thrilled to be here. As I take in the remarkable presence of goodness in this room and in the room this morning, I am so deeply moved. The dedication that each active, multiplying good member and organization takes on is so humbling, actually indicting. Your tireless efforts to better the lives of those around you is, I don't have the words, and those who know me, which would only be Benita and Ron at this point, know that that never happens. It is my honor to present the second Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Award for Outstanding Public Service, benefiting local communities this evening. This prestigious award is presented to a remarkable woman whose exceptional contributions to elder care have made a profound impact on her community, Michelle Vaca. So this is my second interactive question. Does anyone here enjoy going to the dentist? Because Michelle does. Okay. So she has enjoyed taking something she loves and making it accessible to people for whom it is not easy to receive her gift and her talent. She's inspired by her own struggles early in life. She's a dental hygienist, and she left her private practice and started Senior Mobile Dental in 2006 because she saw the struggles that the elderly and that veterans were having in receiving adequate dental hygiene care. The reason I asked about parents is, swear to God, 5 weeks ago I went with my mother to this whole dental thing. It is very hard for seniors. And so this is a really personal award and recognition for me and my family. She left her private practice and started this organization to provide heavily discounted dental services to nursing homes and seniors. She wanted to ensure that they would be able to access affordable dental care through her nonprofit. Since then, she's seen a greater need for all individuals of all ages in need of similar care. She worked to establish 2 additional dental offices called Community Dental Health, and now her offices are fully equipped with dentists, oral surgeons, denture technicians, dental hygienists, and supporting staff that provide a wide range of dental services to low-income individuals while still providing what we all deserve, which is high-quality care. Michelle, are you behind me? Are you next to me? Come on up. Please join me in congratulating Michelle.
Michelle Vaca. Vaca. She decided to use her skills as a dental hygienist to bring care directly to people who could not get out of their homes. Her nonprofit grew so much, they now have 2 dental offices in our area, offering what she says is top quality care at drastically reduced prices.
Maybe $10 for a filling, or $10 for an extraction, or $60 for a denture.
Her dream to have this practice started with a mission to bring care to people who simply were not getting it.
The nursing home residents, they weren't even getting their teeth brushed on a daily basis.
She left private practice as a dental hygienist and in 2006 created the nonprofit Senior Mobile Dental, bringing services to nursing homes. As the need got bigger and bigger, she established 2 dental offices now called Community Dental Health. It's got to be the most gratifying work for you.
It truly is.
Gratifying and multiplying good in our community.
Wow. So, did you see those people? My dentist and my staff? Those are the people that have the same heart and drive that my husband and I have, and has made our program a success. We wouldn't be able to make the impact that we had without all the caring people. And so what that shows me is, out of every facet of the community, there's people who care and that wanted to join a cause that's dear to their heart. And those are my staff that help build what we've done. And like I said in my speech this morning, is it not just in Colorado or Arizona, where I'm originally from, where I experienced the disease and neglect. It's across our whole country, probably the world. And we need to bring this to every state across the nation. So just like Luke wanting, let's build up those wheelchair ramps. Let's build up a program in every state across our nation, because everybody deserves oral health care, which is a part of overall health care. Thank you.
You know why Michelle is wearing that gold medal? It's even apparent in the words that she just delivered from this podium tonight, is that even though she is the winner of the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Award for Public Service benefiting local communities, she bestows the honor to those that had gotten behind her vision. And I think it takes an inspiring person to say, here's a need, here are people that we can help, who's with me? And when you get other people to rally behind you in your cause, that is a true power change. That is truly giving back and truly leading in the trenches, empowering people to also help. So thank you, Michelle, for what you've done in your community. That was a truly inspirational story, and we've got more for you tonight. So I'd like to welcome to the stage next Abby Smith. She's the goalkeeper for the New Jersey, New York Gotham FC team. Please come on up to the stage, Abby. She's still got a couple of tables to clear, so keep those claps coming. This is for you, Abby.
Hi, everyone. So, tonight, I have the profound privilege of honoring an individual whose remarkable journey through the field of medicine has been a beacon of hope for some of the world's most vulnerable and marginalized communities. Dr. Paul Dreshnik is not just a distinguished figure in the medical field. He is a living testament to the transformative power of compassion and dedication. Dr. Dreshnik's journey is an extraordinary one marked not only by his exceptional medical expertise, but also by his unwavering commitment to philanthropy. He has ventured into the heart of adversity, into the poorest regions of India, to bring the gift of hope and life to children who had none. These children, burdened not only by the physical deformities, but also by the social exclusion, unemployment, and limited prospects that accompany such conditions, found a lifeline in Dr. Dreshnick's work. He is among a select group of plastic surgeons in the New York area who make multiple trips a year to India, where they perform life-transforming surgeries on approximately 300,000 children with birth defects, free of charge. These surgeries not only mend physical deformities, but also open doors to a brighter future, breaking the cycle of suffering that often leads to despair or even death. Dr. Treshnick's philanthropic endeavors have gone beyond healing individual bodies. They mend shattered communities and change the course of countless lives. His dedication to philanthropy has been nothing short of a revolution, enhancing healthcare access and elevating the quality of life for countless individuals. In a world that often seems divided, Dr. Paul Treshnick's work serves as a resounding reminder of the incredible change that has achieved through selflessness, and the resolute commitment to improving the lives of the disadvantaged. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Paul Treshnick as we present him with the Jefferson Award for Outstanding Public Service benefiting the disadvantaged.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't begin to tell you how thrilled I am to be with you all here this evening. It's a privilege to be with all of you today. We listened to your heartwarming stories earlier this morning, and each and every one of you is extraordinary. So I salute you all. You deserve it. In 1991, I was a chief resident at Downstate Medical Center in plastic surgery, and I received a phone call from one of my professors, a really wonderful man. His name was Dr. Sharad Dikshit. He asked me for a favor. He said, quote, "I need your hands." I said, "Okay. What do I do?" "Pack a bag." I said, "All right, where am I going?" "India." So, although I was filled with a sense of purpose, little did I know how deeply this journey would impact me. 12 plastic surgeons from New York would host 44 mobile camps, kind of like MASH unit that would move from city to city every few days. We did this every year between Thanksgiving and April 15th. Children are children no matter where you go in the world. I could not stand the idea that a child could die because they didn't have a 20-minute operation. It's against everything we stand for, and certainly what I stand for. Each and every day there would be 1,200 children online waiting to see us on the off chance that they could get their child's defect repaired free of charge. Was it so important that Mrs. Jones in New York didn't get her tummy tuck? No. But Mrs. Jones' tummy tuck paid for a lot of children in India. The equation balanced. We self-funded our own charity. We never took a penny from anyone. And we served the poorest of the poor in India, in the most remote areas. Sometimes I was in the deserts of Rajasthan, and sometimes in the Himalayas. We coordinated our camps all through countless volunteer community groups, such as Lions clubs and Rotary clubs. They were indispensable, and I extend my gratitude to all of the wonderful people that helped us. Together, we donated over $500 million worth of surgery. Sadly, the India project came to an end with the death of Dr. Dikshit in 2011. Although his daughter is a plastic surgeon, and she is breathing new life into an old charity. If I may, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in a neo-renaissance period of medicine, despite COVID-19. I became interested in stem cell research in 2007. And my wife, Ina, who is a molecular biologist, and I have just completed a very highly successful research project on facial nerve reanimation after facial paralysis, Bell's palsy specifically. We developed some new theories on behalf of how nerves interact with other nerves and how cells in the nerves communicate with one another. And thus we just published this last week, and there is new hope for a disease with no reliable treatment and no hope. What next? We are beginning 2 new research projects on a subject dear to all of our hearts, PTSD and Alzheimer's disease. We are applying our advanced cellular medicine and epigenetic principles to these diseases. So we are looking for sponsors and donors for a 501c3. I want to express my profound gratitude to everyone who donated their skills to our endeavor. The name of the game was to help children, and we did that well. I want to thank Benita Fitzgerald-Mosley, the Board of Directors, and the Selection Committee. The great question, ladies and gentlemen, is why do we do this? Why do you do this? One of our learned colleagues this morning quoted Francis of Assisi. He famously said, "While we have time, let us do good to all men." And you represent that philosophy in abundance. Together, 12 surgeons made a meaningful difference in the lives of 300,000 children, impacting the lives of 10 million family members. Will Rogers said it best. You make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give. I humbly thank you.
Well, since we're here, I have to ask, is Mrs. Jones from New York here in this room? And we want to thank her. Right. Dr. Dreshnik, thank you for those amazing words. A story looking back and how you gave hope to so many children so far away, and a story looking forward, giving hope for what could be in the future for so many people suffering from both of those traumatizing events and conditions. So thank you for what you've done and what you're going to do. Next, I'd like to welcome to this podium Dr. Oh, I gave you a promotion. Backtrack. Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage Steve Abel, Multiplying Goods Local Indiana Chapter Board Chair and former Associate Provost of Engagement at Purdue University. Actually, I didn't promote you at all. That's what it is.
It's doctor.
Yeah, he is a doctor. I was right. Take the first take, control room, the first take.
Which means 100% nothing in front of this room, I'll tell you right now. My first message is to Brady Tanner, because we've known each other for a long time. So Brady, I'm going off script, and I know you would expect that. And for once in 4 years, I'm in control. We have spent a wonderful day plus with Multiplying Good, recognizing individuals who are, all in this room for the work that they've done to change the lives of others. So what I would like to do at this moment in time is I would like to ask anybody in this room who is affiliated with Multiplying Good, meaning do you work with this group? And if you do work with this group, would you please raise your hand? And for the unsolicited applause, I really appreciate the unsolicited applause, because this is my one opportunity to stand on a public stage, and I am an emotional guy, and say, I would like to say thank you to everybody who just raised their hand for changing my life. So now the real business here. Multiplying Goods Recognition Champion Platform is the largest of its kind. Organizations, including mine, where I used to work, are able to recognize their employees with local Jefferson Awards and celebrate them for the things they care about, and really contributing to the largest network of service in America. I mean, the Champions program was just transformational for us. It gave us the opportunity to learn more deeply about the individuals that worked in our space, and more importantly, to publicly thank them. So the champion companies, including my university, nominate their most outstanding local recipient, and we are thrilled that many of those individuals are here with us tonight. So this time I do need a round of applause for all of those employees that serve. Thank you. Thank you so much. So tonight we are going to recognize one individual. I know you all deserve it, but there's one with a National Jefferson Award. This year's recipient demonstrates that no matter what you've dealt with in life, there's always room to help others. Now, some of you guys know a little bit about my history with Multiplying Good. I went to, let's just say, a feeding event, and I sat at a table with people that I didn't know, and that ultimately led me into service with Multiplying Good, which I treasure every day. I did that same thing this morning. I went to breakfast, and I sat at a table where there were people that I didn't know. And Charnay Smith had no idea when I met her for the first time, because she was seated beside me with her mom, that I actually knew a lot about her, and that I was going to stand on this stage this evening and recognize her as the Employee of the Year. So Charnay, as you make your way up to the stage, let me say a couple of things about you that you didn't say earlier today. You received your diagnosis. You told us that. You turned your pain into purpose, advocating for those facing hardships related to a lupus diagnosis. You told us that. You didn't talk deeply about the importance of medical debt, access to medications, resources for minorities to participate in clinical critical trials, and the deeply impactful work that you have done by dedicating your life to create better options for the lupus community, specifically individuals like yourself who are underrepresented. Most recently, your work with Congress has positively impacted the Lupus Foundation of America and the University of Alabama to conduct clinical trials for African American lupus patients in Tennessee, Florida, Mississippi, and Kentucky to better understand the effects medications have on lupus patients. And if any of you looking at me on this stage right now want to know the true meaning of these 3 days that we spend with each other, you're going to see it when it walks up on this stage. Because this young woman and her mom sat there and celebrated every single story this morning with a smile and applause, and never once did she expect that this was going to be for her, but it is. And let's make her feel as special as she is.
My name is Sharnae Smith. I am from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised. I got diagnosed with lupus in 2011. I was scared. I thought I was going to die. And so I had to find that motivation to just, be that positive light for somebody that might have felt the same thing that I felt when I got, when they got diagnosed. Honestly, every time we have support group, it's something great. And you have people that are dealing with this illness and they have nobody to talk to. They have family members that can't relate. And so when they come to support group, they can be their authentic self. Like they can just come here and cry if they need to. They come here and vent if they need to, laugh about their situation, talk about a weird doctor's appointment. And then, we're just sitting around the table like, yeah, I've been through that too. Like, I totally get it. Somebody's got my back. Like, somebody understand, like, I'm not in this by myself. Give them something to, take back home that, can empower them, to let them know that they can still have a good quality of life.
I don't have a speech prepared. I was not planning on winning. But one thing about lupus, lupus is a chronic illness that affects any area of your body. And there are so many people that die from it every day. And so when I was diagnosed on Thanksgiving of 2011, I thought my life was over. Another thing about lupus is a person that has lupus does not look sick. I don't think I look sick, right? But I fight lupus every day, every single day, and it's a struggle every single day. So what I did was I created a support group in Memphis for people that have that same struggle as I do, those people that, struggle to get up in the morning, those that lost their jobs to their illness, everything. I just wanted to be a beacon of light to people that fight this disease. And so I'm so honored and I'm so humbled to receive this award because there's so many amazing people out there doing such amazing things. And so I'm just so grateful. And another thing too, for you people that look at people that just look normal like me, just give them grace. Give grace because you just really do not know what people are going through every single day. And so that's it. I don't have a speech, so yeah, thank you.
Sharnae, you look amazing is what you look. Give Sharnae a round of applause. I hope that if we leave with no other message tonight, it is that what Sharnae said, and that is to give grace. I think the world could use a little more of that no matter who you are. Give grace to whomever you come in contact with. Sharnae, thank you. Next, I'd like to welcome to the podium here Jack Russey. Jack is the chair of the Multiplying Good Board of Governors. Please welcome Jack to the stage.
Good evening. All right, I have an ask here. This is the Youth Award. So if it's possible, when we announce it, I want that to be the loudest applause so far, because at Multiplying Good, we believe that youth can change the world. So in 2007, we launched Students in Action and made an investment in accelerating and scaling that notion. So Students in Action teaches our young people how to think big. It provides them training, tools, support, and mentoring to go tackle the most significant issues in their communities. And you've heard about a lot of those here tonight. And we're committed, as you've heard a couple of times, to scaling this to 1 million youth annually impacted and building the next generation of servant leaders, people that represent the award winners here that we've heard from tonight. So we won't do that without your help. So I have another ask, which is, if you can help us, please do. In June, we pulled the best of our chapters together. And that's tough, because there's amazing youth out there doing just unbelievable things. And they came together for our Youth Summit and Celebration of Service. And we had the difficult job of picking one national winner. All right, so here's where you're going to give the love. We're going to announce that national winner, Ashley Ridge High School from South Carolina. Will you come on up? Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, woo!
The Students in Action team from Ashley Ridge High School in South Carolina received the National Gold Awards from Multiplying Good in recognition of their work and collaboration with local elementary schools. This past year, they hosted a mentoring event for fifth graders that reached over 400 students. Lessons focused on friendship, conflict resolution, growth mindset, and success in school. These fifth graders were able to ease their worries about heading into middle school through the opportunity to interact with high school students who answered their questions and engaged with the fifth graders through various activities. During the 2022-2023 school year, Ashley Ridge's Students in Action team engaged in over 1,300 hours of service and were able to impact a total of 1,482 individuals through various projects and fundraisers.
Wow. Good evening. My name is Lainey Broadhead.
And I'm Mackenzie Leahy. And we're here representing Ashley Ridge High School SIA team from Summerville, South Carolina.
So, obviously you heard about our project, Ready, Set, Go. It was a huge mentoring event. It was amazing. And we want to take a minute to talk about what SIA means to us. For me personally, I've always had a passion for service, and I did not know how to use that passion and push it forward until I met my advisor, Ms. Smith, and learned about the Students in Action program. Through Students in Action, we've been able to impact students within our school with a lunch drive, students outside of our school with our mentoring event, as well as leaders within the community.
For me personally, SIA gave me an outlet to service. And even though I don't know what my future holds, I know I want service to be a part of it because of SIA.
We are so incredibly honored and humbled to be here with all of you amazing people today.
sitting there this morning and this afternoon listening to everything that everyone is doing throughout the community. It's truly an honor, and we are so grateful to be here. So thank you so much to Multiplying Good. Thank you to our advisor, Ms. Smith, and thank you to anyone else who has helped us get here.
How about that? Proving that you're never too young to get the bug to live a life of service. And the best part is that this is just the beginning. You're going to see so many great things from that group there. So thank you to our young students in action there. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to welcome a very special man to the stage here. And I think his head's down. Yeah, you. Please welcome to the co-founder of Multiplying Good, Sam Beard.
I had no idea what I was supposed to do or when. And I was going to, I want to celebrate Benita, so I like to do something a little weird. So I was going to get a chair and 2 pillows. And when she's over there, I'm going to congratulate her and run and jump over the chair. But Jamie said 2 minutes, so I didn't do that. This is a transformational night because if you think of the history, it's 3 different CEOs. And as founder, I want to applaud Hillary and then Benita, but no applause until the end because Jamie won't, like 2 minutes. Yeah, anyway, so I was the dreamer to get us started, and Hillary is absolutely priceless. And she took the dreams and made a whole new organization and elevated it to a higher level that I could never dream of, and moved it from Jefferson Awards to Multiplying Good. And Benita is the collaborator and ready to bring us to a whole different, higher level again. Now, when I think of Hillary, she's the magician, and she is a multitasking octopus. She can do more stuff than anybody can imagine. And she's also a juggler. There's so many balls, and she keeps them all in the air. And she's tireless, business trained, and with Jack Russey, they trained our students to be the next generation in leadership, service, and values. So badly needed at this time when America is as divided as it is. And then she started the Ripple, which is MG's, Multiplying Goods, future. Now here comes Benita. And she is the amazing collaborator. Now I want to tell you about Benita and Edwin Moses. Most of you know that Edwin Moses' story, that he is one of the most famous Olympic winners in all history. Double gold in the 400 meters, 2 world records, unbelievable, in 107 consecutive competitions. But what you don't know is about Benita and Edwin. They would not let drugs in sports. And with the Olympic Committee, they led an effort, and they kicked out Russia, and they kicked out China. And you didn't know that. It's unbelievable, the risk and the vision and the power of what they did. So of course Benita can come here and make multiplying good, the biggest name recognition in the world, and easily take 1 million kids and bring them to the next level. So now you can start clapping for Hillary the Priceless and Bonita Pure Gold.
They told me you'd be up here for 10 minutes. They said the control room would have some kind of hook ready. They told me that there'd be music ready for you. And so you can imagine my surprise when... Okay. Sam, I want to thank you for your vision, for your recognition that this was something that we needed in our world, and for your kind words, and for multiplying good. Thank you, Sam. I'm excited to bring up our next presenter. Last year's recipient of the Jefferson Award for Outstanding Public Service by an employee and newly appointed Multiplying Good Board of Selector Major, John Treadwell. Oh, you've got to display that. Let the lights catch the shimmer there. Yes. Yeah, appreciate you.
Okay, thank you for having me here tonight. I'm very excited to present the third Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Award for Outstanding Public Service benefiting local communities. This award goes to someone from my own home state of Delaware, Mariah Caglione. As co-founder, yes, absolutely. I can tell you, as co-founder of Dogfish Head Brewery, Mariah wanted to use her success to lean in to help her neighbors. Through her fundraising efforts and her involvement with various organizations throughout Delaware, Mariah has made a tremendous impact for people across the state of Delaware. Not only does she serve on local school boards and volunteer with a variety of local organizations, but she also serves as a producer for the nonprofit Rehoboth Beach Independent Film Festival. This organization supports the arts in her community. And most recently, she founded the Red Waglin Caglione Family Foundation, which has granted over $3.7 million to local organizations and people in the community. Please help me welcome Mariah to the stage.
As co-founder of Dogfish Head Brewery, Mariah Caglione wanted to use her success to lean in and help her neighbors. Through her fundraising efforts and her involvement with various organizations throughout Delaware, Mariah has made a tremendous impact for people across her state. Not only does she serve on local school boards and volunteer with a variety of local organizations, she also serves as a producer for the nonprofit Rehoboth Beach Independent Film Festival that supports arts in her community. Most recently, she founded the Red Wagon Caglione Family Foundation, which has granted over $3.7 million to organizations and people in the community. Through her service, Mariah has become instrumental in developing, supporting, and scaling initiatives that support community-based needs.
Well, I'm quite speechless, but thank you to everyone involved in the awards ceremony tonight and this entire 2 days. It's been quite amazing and inspirational. And I guess what I would like to call out is the people that inspire us. We all have them. You know, we heard a lot of the stories today, and I think I'd like to make a special shout out to someone who inspired me to take my service to the next level, and it's my mom. 20-some years ago, 20-some years ago, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer and given 8 months to live. And, you know, we were all, you know, in shock and disarray. And that year for Christmas, she gave us all tool belts and said, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I want you all at Habitat for Humanity with me. That's what I want for Christmas. And of course, we all showed up. Well, 19 years later, we were all still showing up with her because she asked us to do it every single year since then. And she's still with us today. But she really inspired my husband and I to really take our commitment to philanthropy, to our local communities, through our organization, Dogfish Head, but also through everything else we do to the next level. And we all, everyone in this room has people that inspire them. So, you know, cheers to those who inspire us, and thank you to the people who inspire us, and to all of those who support us as we do our work. So, thank you.
Mariah, do you still have that tool belt? Nice, 19 years later? I love that. What a great gift, right? It keeps on giving. All right, let's move these right along. All right. I would like to welcome to the stage Mark Schaefer now. Oh, yes, get him up here. Get him up here. Yes. Mark Schaefer is on the Multiplying Good Board of Governors. Welcome him to the stage. Hey, Mark. That is an awesome name, by the way. Yes.
Wow. Before I get going, I just want to point out something. My father-in-law just got up here and informed me that my wife Hillary is an octopus. I did not know this, but now I do. But now let's get down to business. Sorry, darling. Tonight we have the distinct honor of celebrating an individual whose incredible journey from the basketball court to the heart of philanthropy really serves as an inspiration and a testament to the power that sports can do in terms of good in society. And I'm happy to present the Jefferson Award for Outstanding Public Service in Professional Sports to the remarkable Shane Battier. Now, you know, I have a script that really doesn't have a lot of the fun stuff like the basketball. And being the basketball fan that I am, you're going to have to indulge me. So, many of you know Shane at Duke won the national championship in 2001. And with the Heat in 2012 and 13, I believe, he won 2 NBA championships. And he's got a ton of other awards. But the thing that really got me about him, I had coaches growing up that talked about playing the game the right way. And this man played the game the right way. His toughness, his unselfishness on the court, just great stuff. And so for me, it's really an honor to be presenting this award tonight. But beyond that, you know, his professional success went well beyond the basketball court, a broadcaster for ESPN, in the front office for the Miami Heat, and a very successful businessman. But I don't think this really tells who he is, because I think his true legacy is about what he's done for society and for the community. His passion for helping others, I think, I've used the word inspiration once, I'll use it again. It's really done things to create empowerment, education, and wellness for countless individuals. Through the Take Charge Foundation, which he co-founded with his wife Heidi, whom I had the pleasure of just meeting before we came in here, Shane's become a beacon of hope and opportunity for underprivileged youth. The organization under his leadership has not only offered scholarships, but mentoring and crucial, I should say, educational resources, again, for those underprivileged in the community. And if you believe as I do, that education is the path to get people out of poverty and to start to change some of the racial inequities and disparities in this country, then this is an incredibly important thing. So Shane's commitment to community service and his dedication to uplifting the lives of those in need really is inspiring, as we've talked about for the third time, for athletes and philanthropists alike. His impact extends far beyond the basketball court, as we've said, and his legacy is defined by lasting and meaningful change. As we come together to honor Shane, let us not only celebrate his remarkable achievements, but also appreciate what he's done to make the world a better place. His journey serves as a poignant reminder that athletes possess a unique platform to inspire and uplift, and the true champions are defined by the positive impact they have on the lives of others. So please join me in extending an award, well, in a resounding round of applause. Come on, let's hear it for Shane Battier.
Let's give it up for Mr. Octopus. Mr. Octopus. It's one of the smartest animals in the natural world. Well, thank you so much for honoring me tonight. I'm just so grateful, and there's so many amazing people here tonight that have done way more than what we have done. And tonight, I hope you understand there's one theme. It's team. It's team. In the history of mankind, there has never been anything of note that has been accomplished by one individual. Even the great leaders, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, had a great team around them to support them in the darkest of times, right? So to be human is to be part of a team. Right? Right? So I accept a Jefferson Award, not for myself, but on behalf of the Battier Take Charge team, my lovely wife, Heidi, of 20 years. We met in 7th grade, and she is way better person than I am. And our best friend, Newell Fleming, who is our executive director, who's led the charge. And the thing about philanthropy is, like, we were just kids in 2010. So we want to do something. We didn't know where to start. You just start, right? Right? And that's the message that I hope that the Multiplying Good Jefferson Awards bangs the drum about. Start where you are, because you just never know how far you can take it. And look, you know the best way to create opportunity in life? You know the best way? Be 6'4" in 7th grade and be able to dunk a basketball. Works pretty good. Works pretty good. That was my story, okay? So it worked for me. It worked for me. But I was always keenly aware that the opportunities that I had to see the world, to make all my dreams come true, was through basketball. And I realized there was millions and millions of young people, kids who were like me, who had the drive, who had the discipline, who had the talent, who had the hunger, didn't have the opportunity. So I quickly realized that my job was not to uplift and create opportunities through basketball, but through education. And that became my focus and passion, to find kids like me who weren't good looking and athletic and tall and strong, you know, had those gifts, but wanted to make a difference in the world and give them a platform, give them resources, give them a chance to make a difference. So we sit here 13 years later. We have impacted countless individuals. And when we talk about impacting 1 million people, it's not a far-fetched goal. In fact, I would argue it's actually not ambitious enough. Because when you see the ripple effect, and you see kids in our program, like Pierre. Pierre grew up in Liberty City, Miami, which is the pretty overlooked neighborhood of Miami. And he's on the campus of Stanford University. Now, most people in his neighborhood don't even know where Stanford is, don't know what it takes to get to Stanford. Can you imagine the effect Pierre can have on not only his family, but his entire community, just by seizing opportunity? That's a ripple effect. And so I applaud everybody in this room tonight for caring and for wanting to be part of a team. Because that is how we create generational change. And so as we leave here tonight, I encourage everyone to start where you are. Start where you are. And whether it's the climate, whether it's youth, whether it is creating a surf dock on every East Coast city in America, which is awesome, by the way, Luke. Start where you are, because that is how we create lasting change. And instead of people always hearing no, 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 guess what? They hear yes, 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 yes. And that's the difference. Thank you very much. Very honored.
I'm only 5'9". I'm a shorty. But I've got a big voice. And so, with that voice, for more than 50 years, Multiplying Good has been working alongside a network of media partners to celebrate the grassroots unsung heroes throughout their communities across the country. So while using the power of storytelling, which is what we do as journalists, and celebration of people who are doing amazing things, these extraordinary individuals that we profile, they help to inspire others across our neighborhoods and across the nation. Today, the Media Partners Networks reaches more than 100 million Americans. The stories that we tell on our stations and in our other media outlets reaches more than 100 million Americans. And like the Champion Program, Media Partners nominate their most outstanding local recipient, and we are thrilled that they are here with us tonight. So let's give our local recipients a huge round of applause. I anchor the weeknight newscast for WRTV in Indianapolis, and I have to say, a lot of people come to me and they say, I don't watch news anymore because it's so depressing. It's always bad stuff, always reporting things. I just feel depressed by the time I watch. And that used to get me down, but I realized that it's not always bad news. Someone reminded me, let me know, and it is true, that for every negative story you see out there, for everything someone is doing that gets bad press, there are 100 other stories of people doing good things. For every negative story, there are 100 positive ones. And I'm proud to be part of an organization and a station that recognizes many of those hundreds of positive stories. During my time at WRTV, I have had the privilege to work alongside Multiplying Good and award local Jefferson Award winners across the Indianapolis metropolitan area. I've seen the direct impact of recognizing service and highlighting individuals and the impact that that can have tenfold. That is why I am honored to present to you the 4th Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Award for Outstanding Public Service benefiting local communities. This recipient holds a very special place in my heart. The local recipient who appeared on WRTV, Jenna Schaefer. She is Jenna Schaefer, a woman who has dedicated her life to helping young people in disadvantaged situations. Jenna was a caseworker working with homeless high schoolers, but had a dream and just enough cash and support to create a sanctuary called 91 Place. It's a growing transitional housing program serving young people between the ages of 17 and 22 who are homeless. Hard work, dedication, fundraising, advocacy, grant writing all help to grow 91 Place, which not only is expanding to include 3 homes, but also offers assistance to help young adults return to school, to find jobs, and to obtain their own housing. It provides mental health resources and therapy.
I love what I get to do. I love cultivating family, and I just love knowing that, like, we run a home, but it's a family. Like, me and my husband and my daughter spend all of our holidays there. And, like, to me, it's so much more than just, like, a nonprofit or a passion project or something. Like, it's just our life.
Unfortunately, Jenna could not be here with us tonight. She just given birth about a week ago. She welcomed into the world a new baby boy named Josiah, and so now they have a family of 4, and both mother and child are doing well tonight. This story really touched me when we presented Jenna with the original Bronze Award back in the spring. I had the good fortune to meet her, and I can truly tell you she's making a difference that is being recognized in our community. One of the people I interviewed was a young woman named Ebenetia Bowles. Ebenetia Bowles was a high school student who was homeless. She was couch surfing, and Jenna was her case manager. And Jenna was inspired to start this home, and Ebenetia ended up being a resident in the home. She says that she loves Jenna, that Jenna was there for her and saved her life when she needed her the most. Ebenetia, has aged out. She's now 23 years old, and she has a place on her own. She is now a mentor herself for the Boys and Girls Club in our area, and she wants to return to 91 Place, the organization that Jenna started, to be a house mentor herself. So it is amazing to me when someone selflessly starts an organization to do good and inspires someone who needed help to want to help in the same capacity. That's how you keep the cycle going. So. I'd like to give Jenna Schaefer one more round of applause for her and her growing family. So the next person I want to bring up here is a very special person to me. You see, he not only gave me my opportunity at WRTV, welcoming me to the station with open arms and a paycheck, but he also brought to our station at the time the Jefferson Award program. He recognized that it's so important to recognize people who are going above and beyond. He's a television executive who has partnered with Multiplying Good to bring the Media Partner Program to various television stations across the U.S., not just Indianapolis, and now serves as one of Multiplying Good's Board of Selectors. So please welcome to the stage my dear friend and an inspiration to me, Larry Blackerby.
Thank you, Mark. I have a good judge of talent, don't you think? How many people here tonight have shed a tear at some point, and it's my favorite night of the year. It's my honor to present the 5th and final Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Award for Outstanding Public Service, benefiting local communities. This award is presented to a man who has dedicated his life to improving his community and creating safe spaces for those around him, Reverend Roland Gordon. Over 43 years ago, at Ingleside Presbyterian Church, Reverend Roland Gordon first posted a picture of Muhammad Ali on the wall of the church's gym to serve as a reminder that he too could make a difference in the world despite racial challenges. Through the years, he just kept adding pictures and eventually covered the entire church, and this collage became the largest Black historic mural of its kind in the nation. He also started Ingleside Community Center, an after-school nonprofit at the church in 1986, where kindergartners up through 8th graders could come to the center for basketball, tutoring, and technology programs. He also established a food bank, which for 16 years has been feeding 100 people a month with grocery donations from local stores. Please welcome Roland Gordon to the stage.
At Ingleside Presbyterian Church,
Understand who you are, whose you are.
Reverend Roland Gordon first posted Muhammad Ali's photo
right here
in the gym in 1980. He kept adding pictures, and today the collage and church are San Francisco landmarks for the largest Black history mural of its kind in the nation. They're role models for children.
Many of the kids
He's got the right art.
have been told that you're black, you can't do this. You can do whatever anybody else can do.
Kindergarten through 8th graders who come here for basketball, tutoring, and technology programs do research on the people pictured and discover anything is possible. 10-year-old Sincere Perkins aspires to have his picture on the wall one day for his kids and grandkids to see.
I can show them where I'm at on this wall. I would cry of joy because I would know that I was a good kid back in the day.
You got to think big. If you can think it, you study this wall. You can do it.
God is good. The bottom line. And young people are my first love. And young African Americans, especially boys, but now all of them, they're in trouble. I mean, serious, in serious trouble. I know my brothers, yeah. So I devoted my life, at bottom line, to young folks. When I arrived at Ingleside and saw that it had an indoor gymnasium, basketball was my sport growing up. Brother Battery, I know who you are, man. I relate a little bit closer to Steph Curry because we didn't have a three-point line, but that's where I fired from way out. But our young African-American boys in the neighborhood were killing each other and still are. We got a serious problem in the city and actually all across the nation. I've been working on a project now for a good 2 decades, much bigger than me, but about the children. It started out with the children, but now it's the whole world. It's everybody, I don't care who you are. The children I've maintained for years is a program for violence. Just be born in this world. Just constant streams of violence from everywhere. And now, not just now, but playing every game they're playing, they're killing. How is it not going to affect their mentality? They just need support. They need love. They need encouragement.
I am an instrument of peace. Where there's hatred, I shall promote love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's darkness, light. Where there's sadness, joy. I shall not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love, for it is in giving that I receive. It is in pardoning that I am pardoned. I tell parents the first thing in the morning, the last thing at night, your assignment to help your child truly grow up with the right mentality is to have them to say those words.
Well, can you believe it? We are to our last award of the evening, and it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage my good friend, former Multiplying Goods CEO and Board of Governor to the stage. Please put your hands together for Hillary Schaefer.
So when I started as CEO, I didn't need glasses. And in the 10 years I was CEO, I never read from a script. But I will do my best tonight. First of all, before I read from the script, I just want to give an incredible shout out to our new CEO, Benita Fitzgerald Mosley. I have personally never met anybody in my life who has a personal motto, period. And certainly not somebody whose personal motto is to help individuals and organizations win gold medals. So if we at Multiplying Good are lucky enough to have Benita as our CEO, and to take what we have accomplished over 51 years and translate it into each and every one of you in this room winning gold medals, which you have already, and to the millions of Americans, or in Sam Beard, Robert Taft Jr., and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis's own vision for this organization, which spoke to the fact that tens of millions of people wake up every day with the passion of creating gold medals in life by leaning in to help others with this CEO of our helm. We are so lucky. Thank you. Now, tonight, I have the privilege of recognizing an individual whose remarkable journey through the realms of television, philanthropy, and humanitarianism have left an indelible mark on the lives of countless individuals and families. It is with great admiration and respect that I present the esteemed Jefferson Award for Lifetime Achievement in Public Service to the extraordinary Lisa Gibbons. Now, sorry to the team, here's where I go slightly off script. Many of us know Lisa from her time as the face and voice of Entertainment Tonight. And when I talk about the Jefferson Awards, I talk about the power of celebrating and celebratizing the best in our communities. Now, I just met Lisa last week on the phone. Within about 3 seconds, I felt like a celebrity. This woman has the incredible power of celebratizing everything that she cares about. So let me bring this back a little bit to Jefferson Awards history. In 1983, Candy Lightner received a Jefferson Award. Most of you in the room don't know who Candy Lightner is, but everybody in the room knows what Mothers Against Drunk Driving is. Candy Lightner is the woman whose child was killed in a drunk driving accident when he was a teenager. Candy Lightner is the reason why we wear seatbelts. It's the reason why we have drunk driving laws. Lisa Gibbons started her career as a humanitarian and a philanthropist, celebrating, elevating, and celebratizing Candy Lightner. So to bring it full circle to the reason why we would celebrate somebody as extraordinary as Lisa Gibbons, it started on that journey with her in 1983. Now, since then, Lisa's name is synonymous with compassion, dedication, and a relentless commitment to improving the human condition. One of her most notable achievements is the founding of Lisa's Care Connection, an organization that serves as a beacon of hope and support for caregivers and individuals facing Alzheimer's disease and other chronic illness. Through this initiative, Lisa has not only raised awareness, but has provided invaluable resources and a nurturing of community for those who shoulder the noble responsibility of caregiving. At this morning's breakfast, where every single individual in this room who's received a Jefferson Award had the opportunity to tell their story, there was one individual who talked about caring for his father, who had raised him from the time that until he was 5, and then he had never had a relationship with him again until 5 years before his father passed, when he was appointed the caregiver for his father with Alzheimer's. And he talked about the power of that journey. Every single one of us in this room has had at some point an engagement with somebody who is elderly, who is losing their facilities, or is facing Alzheimer's. And this incredible woman has used her platform, her power, her reach, and her own resources to make that a more tenable journey for millions. So Lisa, thank you for everything you do and everything that you are, and for celebratizing the world of good.
Is this a perfect night or what? This is a perfect, perfect night. I am mad crazy about my new best friend. They're those people that you meet and you just go, I get her. Oh my gosh, yes. They just bring out things that you want to be. So thank you for that and for that beautiful introduction. I am very, very well aware that where I stand here tonight, giants have stood. From a stage just like this one, the names that have been called out have belonged to legends and heroes and icons and leaders. But what have we noticed tonight? The names that we don't know that were also called out tonight and this morning are the incredible recipients of these Jefferson Awards. And that recognition, that validation floated down on all of us and rests like a fine mist of magic, doesn't it? There is absolutely magic in this room. And it's because once upon a time, someone was moved enough, was motivated enough, had faith enough to believe that they could simply do something good. People like Shane Battier and the good that you're doing, Dr. Paul Dresnick, and the incredible good that he is doing. The way that these men master their worlds and set an example for us really means something. And I thank you for it and for their inspiration, their beautiful words tonight. People also like my husband, Stephen Fenton, who is the source of all good in my life and for so many others. Look, I don't have a PowerPoint presentation or highlight reel or anything about caring and sharing. I don't have a formula for service. What I do have is a story, just like each of you has an incredible story, that moment when it ignited for us. And I think that the tipping point that causes those stories to translate into a language that we can all understand as service is when empathy is engaged. You know, giving back was part of my upbringing, probably for a lot of you too. It was kind of a normal thing, an expected thing. But honestly, as a kid, sometimes it just feels like an obligation and not so much some big altruistic choice or anything. But I do believe when that empathy is engaged is when it comes alive. We are not born with empathy. Empathy is something that is learned. And I think it's learned right up close. I think that's where we come to terms with the notion that we are way more powerful than we can imagine. It's impossible, isn't it? Think about your own life. It's impossible to deny something that gets zoomed right into your lens of awareness. Because when it's up close like that, you can see the problem. You can feel the thing that needs to be fixed. You can experience the thing that is unfair. That's what happens when it's up close. And then it's impossible for you to remove yourself from that image, isn't it? My up-close moment of growing my own personal empathy and my courage came when I was a young girl staying with my granny. Now, my granny was famous for her little brown jugs, biscuits with cane patch syrup, hot melted butter. So one day, Granny went to take a batch of biscuits out of the oven, and they weren't there. She had forgotten that she had taken the hot baking sheet and all, and she had put the biscuits in a dresser drawer in the bedroom. Years later, her daughter, my mother, also forgot that she had paid a utility bill 4 times. See, Alzheimer's starts like that with those little innocuous moments, but it ends up destroying a brain completely and taking with it all the personality, all the information, all the memories that that brain holds. It takes down entire families. My mother knew where she was going. My mother knew that ultimately her world was going to just fade to black. But she always encouraged me to find the upside to facing the downside. And when I would lament that I felt helpless to do anything, and I would just vamp and say, you know, Mom, we're going to figure this thing out. We're going to get you in a research study. We're going to find some new scientific protocol. And she would say, okay, honey, I know you will. But all you really have to do is tell the story. She said, you've been a reporter all your life. You have told other people's stories. And now this is your story. So tell it and make it count. Look at what my mother did in that moment. It's what we've been doing all night. She gave me a chance to multiply good. It was a force magnifier in my life. And I took that story and I used it to create in the world what we wish we'd had. And as Hillary said, that became Lisa's Care Connection, where we help you to understand that you can hold on to yourself even while you're letting go of someone that you love. We help families answer the question, now what? When a disease breaks into their lives. We help them call on their courage and summon their strength and deal with this really crummy hand that they've been dealt. Most of us have moments like that. Most of everybody in this room has, for sure. When you become up close and you recognize your superpower, when you really get it, and you don't have to be eloquent or elected. It's not about how smart you are. It is about how committed you are and how you decide to answer the question, will you stand up? Will you show up? Will you speak up? Because that is all you have to do to be a hero. And all due respect to Shane's point, all due respect to Spider-Man and Superman and all the others, true heroism is not a solo sport. Heroes work best on teams and in networks. Look, we all want to be significant. We all want to believe that we're making a difference and get to the end of our lives and have that look back on it. Lily Tomlin used to say, all my life I said I wanted to be somebody. I guess I should have been more specific. But I think for all of us that have chosen a life of service, I think it's much more of a general thing. Do you? I don't think you really have to be specific. It's that thing that perches on your shoulder. It's the thing that rests in your heart, or that whisper in your ear that's nudging you to do something more. And once you've heard it, boy, there's no shushing it, right? There is no denying it. Once you've heard that thing telling you that there is something you can do. Look at all of you that stood up this morning and talked about what you did. Cheers up for all of the winners. Cheers up. It is such a profound thing what you've done. Profound, because you didn't wait. You didn't wait for divine intervention. You didn't wait for answers. You didn't wait for more time or more training. You showed up to do what you wanted to do, what you needed to do. I think in the purest sense, that philanthropy or caring or giving back, contributing, it's really a self-sustaining prophecy. It's kind of like a battery that gets charged just when it's in proximity to other people who also have that positive energy. It's like finding out that there's this need, but oh, look, along with that came a way to meet that need. It's been said many times already tonight that things are tough in the world. Look, a lot of stuff just doesn't make sense. But I want to leave you with this. When things don't add up, I think we start subtracting. So what if we take away the negativity? What if we take away all the toxicity? What if we take away the bullying and subtract the misinformation? What if we subtract all the miscommunication and all the fear? What would we have then? A start. We would have a beginning. We would have a way to see things the way Sam Beer did, and Senator Robert Taft Jr. and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis did when they created these very awards. We have a chance to prove them right. That's what we're doing. We have a chance to stand for the very simple, basic principles that we're all more good than not, that kindness counts, that nice needs a rehab, and that we find ourselves through service. Hillary, thank you for being who you are. Benita, oh my gosh, what an extraordinary thing to be here for your coming out party. Thank you to Jamie and Amy and my friend Chantel and everyone who had anything to do with making this night so memorable and so magical for all of us. I will be looking for you in the Ripple. Thank you.
We really are blessed to have Lisa Gibbons here with us tonight with her inspiring words for us and a call to action tonight. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate your service. What an amazing evening we've had, right? And we are just about near the end of it. So I'd like to welcome back to the stage our new CEO of Multiplying Good. So please give a warm welcome once again to Benita Fitzgerald Mosley.
One more round of applause for Mark Mullins. Thank you so much. And I want to say a few words in response to Hillary's wonderful words a little bit earlier. You get tapped on the shoulder by a headhunter. They call you up and they say, hey, this woman, the current CEO of this organization is about to resign. The staff doesn't know it yet, so we can't really recruit you really, but it's a great organization, So months later, they finally come back to me and say, well, we're actually doing the search now. They have seen your resume. They definitely want to talk to you. So I'm like, well, I guess I better really figure out who they are and what they do. And I mean, oh my God, when I first, heard about the organization and started doing my homework and got ready for my first interview, it was great, but, just meeting the search committee, Jack and Hillary and several others on the board, and how warm they were and how welcoming they were and how passionate they really are about the mission of the organization. And then to hear, how many of you have taken a job and whoever was in the role before you was long gone like 6 months ago and you got to kind of figure it out all by yourself. But this woman has decided that she said, I just want to stand right beside you and help you be successful, and I want to help you raise money, and I want to help you. What? Who does that? Hillary Schaefer, that's who does that. So thank you so much for being right alongside me these first 3 months. Anytime you're in a new leadership role, it's difficult, but she's made it so much better and so much more fun. So thank you. Very quickly, I just want to thank our sponsors once again, all of you who purchased stables and who have attended here tonight. We really appreciate all of you, all of your support, and all the people who gave money during the in-room ask as well. So thank you for that. This incredible staff that I've inherited from Hillary, you all are amazing. We talked about Jamie, we talked about Amy, but there's all kinds of other people. The whole entire staff is here in the building. We had one staff member that just had a baby, so she's not here, and another couple that aren't here, but everybody else is here, and they are all on the event team. Maybe they really are on the program team or the student action team or our development team, but tonight they're on the events team, and they have pulled out all the stops to make all of our guests feel so welcome. I want to thank the Board of Governors and Board of Selectors once again for welcoming me so much, but for all that you do for the organization. And then, of course, last but not least, our honorees. Our national honorees, of course, and our local unsung heroes, all of you local award winners. We just applaud all the amazing work that you do in your local communities. One more round of applause for all of our honorees. So as we leave here tonight, let's carry with us the stories of these extraordinary individuals, the connections we've made, the inspiration we've shared, and let's remember that the spirit of service lies within each and every one of us, and that we all have the power to create positive change in our communities, in our nation, and in our world. Thank you so much for joining us today.
A special thank you to Mark Mullins for being our host this evening. This concludes the 51st Annual Jefferson Awards.